journey started 25 years before when I passed out of college in Mumbai and came to Bangalore. At that point of time, there was not many jobs available. So then I thought, why not start my own venture? And that's how I am in this field. Turning point of my life, I would say, would be this year when we partnered with Apollo Clinics to open around 30 centers across India. We grew from 6 to 36 clinics in a span of 6 months, and we are thankful to Apollo Clinics for giving us an opportunity to uh, scale up our operations. Life has been a great teacher, but however, I remember one of my teachers. I was weak in Hindi, and I used to go for the Hindi tuition. There was one teacher who came and asked me, "Do I know something?" And at that point, I was worried about the class, and I said, "Yeah, I do know it." And the teacher walked away. So my class teacher came and said, "You did not know it, but still you said you know it." And that is the reason that teacher moved away. If you had told that you don't know, then the teacher would have taught you a lot of things. So then I realized that I should say no or I don't know if I actually did not know. So that is one great lesson I would say I learned as a student. I would say that you must have all qualities rolled into one. Uh, you must be a boss, you must be willing to roll up your sleeves and do the work. Uh, you need to lead a team, you need to do out of box thinking, uh, you need to be on your toes all the time. It cannot be that you are an entrepreneur and you can sit in your office, but you need to be on the field, you need to be with the team, you need to be supportive, and you need to be there for your clients as well. I would say every day is a challenge for me and requires an out of box thinking. And especially in the last 6 months, when we have scaled up from around 6 centers to around 36 centers with Apollo, it requires a lot of out of box thinking, strategic relationships, and a lot of homework to do. So I would say that every day is a challenging day. About 10% of the world population has hearing loss of different degrees. But hearing loss is something which is very neglected, probably because of the social stigma which is associated with it. People lose almost 7 years of time in approaching us for help. But here for we run a lot of awareness programs. We go to the rural areas, do a lot of camps to encourage people to come forward, identify, and we help them in identifying and rehabilitation of the hearing problem. We also try to create awareness programs amongst the school-going children through the way of painting competitions, through infographics, writing blogs, and Facebook posts to create awareness about the hearing problem. Listen to life. At Hearphone, whatever actions or whatever rehabilitative processes that we have put in has been to enable patient to listen to life once more. Patients usually lose around 7 years of their time in accepting and acknowledging that they have a hearing loss and coming to us for help. So in this 7 years of time, they would have lost connecting with their family members, social life, and they are more in isolation. So here from we have enabled them to listen to life. We have a large team spread across different centers in India, and we are growing. So we have a lot of engagement programs, and some of the team members have been with me since the last several years. As I had said earlier, every day is a challenge, and every day I have to be crossing obstacles. But I never allowed obstacles to come in the way of my dreams. So I persistently worked, and I always feel that if the intentions are good, then all the forces in the world will try to help me and support me. I would like to confess that it has always been the case. I would like to thank my family, my wife, and my children for all the support and the encouragement that they have given me all these years. And probably I had not spent so much with the family as I do with the clinic. There has been a lot of instances where we have seen patients being helped by our hearing aids and rehabilitation processes. But one thing which I cannot forget is several years before, a young couple came to me with a baby who was around 3 months old, and they suspected a hearing loss. And when we did a hearing test, there was indeed a hearing loss, and we prescribed them a hearing aid. At that point, of the baby was only 3 months, but in spite of the early age, the parents went ahead with the recommendation, fitted a hearing aid for the baby, came for regular therapy classes, and we were able to see a remarkable change the way a baby went on to speak, and we were able to see the entire process, the baby growing up into a child and then into an adult. Now he is around 18 years old, and we have seen the remarkable transformation that the hearing aids and the technology got into his life. So when we look back and think of the entire journey from being a baby to an adult, it gives us a lot of encouragement, it gives us a lot of joy and happiness into the entire process. Nowadays, yes, but I would say that parents are also realizing that they need not, or they are no longer enforcing their views on the children. As far as my kids are concerned, I allow them to go the way they would want to, or choose the profession that they would want to. I did not force them to get into the same field. My advice to the younger audiologists would be to embrace change, to be more patient, to look forward to more challenges, and to think long term.